Hey everybody, Brimstone here, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. In this video, I'm coming at you with my review and thoughts and opinions of the first Absolute Superman trade paperback. This book covers the first 6 issues of the ongoing run, and the run itself is 22 books, and it's still going, so that's fantastic. So there will be more reviews coming. I don't buy the floppies of these, so I'll have to wait for the trade paperbacks, but the reviews will be on the way once those release. So if you like what you're hearing and you want more reviews of comic books, new and old, and low-key pop culture stuff that might not hit the larger channels, please hit that like and hit that sub button, and let's get into this quick summary. So before we get into this comic book and the deep dive into this first trade paperback, I wanted to give you a quick summary of what the Absolute Universe is. It has been going on for about 2 years now. It launched with Absolute Batman to rave success, but the essence of the universe is drastically different from the main DC universe. This is Darkseid's plaything. If the best way I have found to describe it is that if the main DC universe runs off of Superman's hope and inspiration, this universe runs off of a very bleak and oppressive outlook that in the will of Darkseid. This makes for some very dark books, and it has, like, Absolute Green Arrow is very dark, Absolute Batman is very dark. This was dark. I have read some of Martian Manhunter. The writing is good. I wasn't a fan. Started Green Arrow, and I will be reading Wonder Woman because I have a penchant for magical characters, and I hear that it's really good magical stuff. But yeah, that's what Absolute is. And honestly, the universe itself is good, and it shows no sign of stopping. DC with this universe has taken over a 39% market share, dropping Marvel down below them in significant numbers. And Marvel doesn't shape up, they're going to lose it. But that's a whole separate issue for another video. But for now, let's get into this review of Absolute Superman trade paperback number 1, The Last Dust of Krypton. I'm starting with Krypton because it's a major part in these first 6 issues. The title of the trade paperback being The Last Dust of Krypton. This book moves between modern times and old Krypton in the past. So where to start with this? First, Krypton is not an ice planet. They broke from Canada. It's very much like Earth. It's got crystalline structures and glass fields, but it is not an ice planet like it was in the Prime Universe. It's very much like Earth. They have farmers, but it's drastically different. The biggest thing is that it's run by what the best I would call is a scientific theocracy. It is very messed up in a feudal caste system. Science rules everything, and you never question the science guild. If you do, you get bumped down and you get some bad shit, even if you have a promise of everything to come. But this is exactly what happened to Jor-El and Lara-El, is what they did. Bright shining in their youth, taken down to working class blue collar folks because they spoke out their mind and refused to conform to the formity that is this new crypt. The El family, or the House of El, is just a bunch of blue collar workers. They aren't world class scientists or anything like that because they spoke out against the Science Guild and ended up getting knocked down to just basic blue collar workers. And they didn't do it in their adulthood. No. They did this when they were young and they got flagged and got bumped down. Even though they have the smarts and they have the ability, they just refuse to conform. Lara-El works as a mechanic in the red fields, which is basically like, the breadbasket area, from what I gather. And they work on tractors, and Jor-El is a mining engineer. They are literally like the blue collar of blue collars. Jor-El is the one that finds out Krypton is dying, and Laura devises a way to get off the planet. And this is really weird because in normal canon, Kryptonians explored and everything, and then they came back and realized home was where the heart is. But in this, they refused to leave. They did not believe there could be any other life in the galaxy or anything like that, and they refused to explore. But Lara wanted to explore, and that dream never died throughout her life. And it's absolutely crazy. And they have a son named Kal-El, and this is the story falls on Krypton. And this story is told in narrative flashbacks. You don't see Krypton or everything. You see this all go back and forth between modern day and stuff, but I'm starting with the beginning of the story and going all the way through. The fall of Krypton in the Absolute Universe is a direct gut punch. It was absolutely phenomenal. The art did such justice, and I'll make sure to drop some of them on the screen here. So in the story, Jor-El tries to warn the Science Guild about what was happening, But then they realized that the Science Guild already knew. They were preparing ships to escape space with the ruling class of Krypton and go out into space, leaving these small folk behind. And it is absolutely ridiculous. He's thrown into jail, and Lara saves him with her new creation called Soul. It's some kind of AI suit like Jarvis from Iron Man, and she goes through and kicks some serious ass. But it is an absolutely fantastic. But this, seeing Krypton fall like it did in everything like that, it's absolutely horrible because more in the video, what impact it has on Kal-El and what he sees directly does and impacts how he reacts and does things on Earth. And it is a fantastic spin. So after the fall of Krypton, we got the standard stuff. It goes through space. Now, we're going to skip ahead a little bit, and we're covering the other half of the comic of the Earth aspect of this. Now, I'm not going to ruin these panels for you. That would be way too cruel. But Kal-El crashes on the Kent's farm. Martha believes him to be an angel, and Smallville is mostly owned by the Lazarus Corporation. They own so many things in this universe, and to the extent how much isn't known, I don't know. They don't reveal that much. Farms in Smallville and mining operations around the world are about all I've gotten from it, but there's probably a hell of a lot more. And even have their own military called Peacemakers. Yes, they even have that Peacemaker armor. Earth is a very bleak, dark place. It's oppressive, and the people are very bad off. But the best part is that they really do an amazing job reflecting the oppression that they have. Also, in this book, as everybody, I'm talking about all major lore characters are in, except for Perry White. I haven't seen Perry White yet. First, you meet Lois Lane. Absolutely fantastic Lois intro. And Superman's impact on her is almost immediate. Their kismet seems to, and their connection seems to bridge everything in every universe. We got Jimmy Olsen, the Kents, even General Sam Lane makes an appearance. And they match that absolute universe darkness. Well, except the Kents, because the Kents are normally good people across the board. But yeah, it is an absolutely fantastic take on these characters. And honestly, I hope you enjoy it. So, Superman himself. His powers are the same, pretty much on Earth. Bulletproof, faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. But some of his powers seem to be more heat-based, and it's not clear what yet. Again, these are the first 6 issues, and I haven't read beyond it. He's as strong as he is as fast in the main, though he doesn't say much. He's not much of a chatter. The main thing is Kal-El didn't crash on Earth as a baby. He crashed on Earth when he was much later in his life. His exact age is unclear. He was spent over a year in space, and he is very much alien. But there is some things that don't change. He still has a no-kill policy. He does, and in all of his dealings with the Lazarus, he has not taken a single life. He has been causing issues for Lazarus, and they don't like that, so they send out an agent who happens to be Lois Lane, and things click. That endless connection between Clark and Lois is always going to be there. And that honest connection, his natural goodness and person that he is, elevates those around him. It's what he is. It's more powerful than his strength and speed and everything. His goodness radiates, and that's Superman's true powers, is his ability to inspire with doing minimal effort. Superman is still very much good, but he has some very bad anger issues. Like, seriously, some of the stuff is absolute craziness, and he ends up doing some not questionable things, but he ends up doing some very stuff that just is like, hey, you need to get away from this. Like, he's actively looking to curb his anger, and eventually I think that's going to snap. Next up, we have his suit. It is not a standard suit. This is Soul. He got his mother's tech. It is some kind of AI made by his mom. Also, it was connected to his ship to Earth. It's not clear what the cape is made of. It seems to be some kind of nanotech. Sunstone is my best guess, but I have zero confirmation. It's probably part of the story. But here's the biggest thing. There is no Clark Kent. It is Kal-El. Because he didn't crash land on Earth as a baby. He is very angry due to witnessing the destruction of his home and his family. He carries that with him, and he's barely holding it together at points. Also, you don't see much of him in this book, which is kind of a downside because I would have liked to. but you don't see much of him in this. You see more world building than actual Superman action. That's definitely not bad, but if you're looking for the gun start right at the gate and coming out swinging, it's not there in these first 6 issues. So I got that to tell you. So, my final thoughts on this. This being my third foray into the Absolute Universe, I will say that I am impressed and very much want to read more of that. A Superman filled with anger and rage, a man on the edge of breaking down and doing very bad things, matches the tone for this universe. My gripes with this comic was that there wasn't enough Superman in it. Like, I would have liked to see a little bit more Superman and stuff, but this has been a long run. It's been going for about a year now. I'm just jumping on the train late. It's a few pages, but it's not nearly as much as I would have liked. Seems to get more about the side characters and world building right now. I'm hoping in the next trade paperback I will give me more Superman of being Superman badass and actually starting to make an impact. But do I recommend this book? Yes, but under conditions. If anything, I have to say above all else that if you are a true blue Superman fan, this book will piss you off. It is not your standard canon, and you will not like it. It's why I don't read Absolute Batman. It's too much of a disconnect from the main character, from Batman. Batman is the world's greatest detective first. And now he's a 6.5-foot tall guy with a battle axe. I'm just not feeling that. But would I recommend it for somebody to read that's not a hardcore Superman fan? Absolutely. This is a very good and fun book. If you're a new reader, you'll probably like this. It'll hopefully make you want to read other Superman books. Because I'm sure as heck enjoying this overall and above my gripes. But that's all I got for you in this one. I hope I've convinced you to grab this book or at least give it a shot. The trade paperback can be gotten off of Amazon for about 16 to 17 bucks. It's not crazy. It's the first 6 issues, and if you like it, trade paperbacks will keep coming every 6 to 8 months. If you made it this far, please hit that like and hit that sub button. Drop a comment. I'd honestly love to hear your thoughts and what you thought about the new Superman run. I know I'm late to the party, but I'm extraordinarily picky with my comic books. Because if I start a run, I'll finish the run, even if I don't like it. So I try not to start a lot of new runs. But yeah, please help me push me out into that algorithm. Like, sub, share this out there. And that's all I got for you in this one. For now, thanks for watching, and as always, happy reading.